Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you our June 2020 budget report showing you all of the income we brought in this month and how we allocated and spent every single dollar that we brought in. But before we get into the video, I want to let you know the template that I am using today is actually one that you can get for yourself on my shop. I will have a link to that in the description box down below so you can check it out and pick it up as an instant spreadsheet download. It works in both Excel and Google Sheets, so check that out down below. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. Here on my channel, we talk all about life and money, and I continuously show you my actual household budget. So definitely subscribe and stay tuned so you won't miss any new videos. Also, this is the first full month that we have been a household of 3 people. In the month of May, I had my son, Peter, and so we are now navigating life with a newborn baby, and it's definitely been impacting our budget, so I'm excited to show you guys how this has been changing our budget for the last month, now that we are a little family of 3, and so I'm excited to show you how having a baby has been impacting our budget for the last month, so let's get into it. So the first section that we have here is our income, and I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out, but I do show you our business income, or my business income. But first off, I do want to say that I am currently on maternity leave, and I do have a day job, which I'm taking maternity leave from, but I actually don't get paid leave from my job, but instead I'm able to cash out my sick time and vacation time or let it just like run out. So I think that the month of June, this is going to be like the last month that I'm receiving money, or I'll get like a little bit in July, some in July, but the month of June is the last month that I'm like receiving a full paycheck because my vacation and sick time is running out. I've been on maternity leave since mid-May. But my business, I took home $2,000 from my business this month. I'm working on just taking a regular salary from my business and then hopefully being able to increase that as time goes on. And my business is everything that I do here on YouTube and Instagram, social media, that kind of thing. So as a total, we ended up bringing home $13,685.11. So now to show you where we spent it all. So first off we have is our normal expense section. And the first line item that we have here is our tithe. So Jacob and I are Christians. We believe in giving to our church and other organizations. So our tithe here is what we give to our local church. So this month that was $2,170. Next we have is African New Life, and we support 2 children in Rwanda, and that cost is $78 a month. And then we also support an additional missions organization, which is $40 a month. Next we have is our mortgage. So we live in a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house in Portland, Oregon, and our mortgage is $2,398.60 each month. This includes principal and interest for our loan, as well as taxes, insurance, and PMI because we didn't put 20% down. So this is the big lump sum payment that we have to pay. We've also been living in this house since September of 2019, and this is our first home. So we are coming up on a year of home ownership, which is exciting. The next line item that we have is our HOA. So we do live in a neighborhood with a homeowners association, so we have to pay $121.46 each month. Next we have is water and sewer, and that ended up being $91.68 this month. It's usually right around $100. Then we have natural gas. So this is what we use to heat our home and also use for cooking, and that was only $26.23 this month because, well, we really haven't had to use the heat because we're starting to get into summer. Next we have is trash, and that is $58.72, and we actually pay this every other month, so this was a trash month for us. Then we have electric, and I initially budgeted $40, but it ended up being $52.88, and that is because we are now starting to use our air conditioning in our home. We do have central air, which is nice, and we've had just like a few warmer days. I know it's going to get hotter, obviously, as time goes on, but running that just a little bit more means that we spent $52.88 this month. Next we have is internet, and that is a standard of $49.95. And then our phone bills, this is my cell phone and my husband Jacob's cell phone, and that is $117.33 each month. Then we have insurance. So initially I budgeted $128.58 for car insurance, and this is what our standard is each month, but because of the pandemic, our insurance company, which is USAA, has been giving a discount to their members because people just haven't been driving. So this month we only had to pay $103.58. Next we have is life insurance. So I have life insurance on myself as well as my husband Jacob, and so both of us together, this is just a term life insurance policy, is $52.89. Next we have is our Alaska Airlines fee, and I think I just timed this wrong because we do have a $75 annual fee for our Alaska Airlines credit card, which typically is like totally fine paying for that. So with the Alaska Airlines credit card, we are able to get a companion fare for the cost of just like $100 each year. And so that way we're able to take a vacation and just really pay for one ticket plus $100. And then the card does have an annual fee. So basically we're paying for one ticket plus $175. Our favorite place to go is Hawaii. And so this $175 is definitely less than what it would be for an entire ticket to go to Hawaii. So it is a benefit for us. That being said, right now, this does not feel like a benefit because let's be honest, no one's traveling, and we are not traveling at all in 2020 because of the pandemic and everything. We were planning to travel in the fall, but we are not doing that anymore. So hopefully next year we'll be able to take our trip and use the companion fare that we have with Alaska Airlines. It's a use it or lose it, so I definitely don't want to lose out on that. But anyway, I know that I'm expecting a $75 annual fee, and I think I just got it wrong. It must be in July instead of June. So we didn't enter that into our budget yet. Next we have is groceries. So we budgeted $150 in groceries, and that is because, like I said, we just had a baby. So we've very gratefully had some people who have sent us some gift cards to go and get meals, or like have meals delivered to us, which is super generous. And also when I was 37 weeks pregnant, I also made a ton of Instant Pot like freezer dump meals, and so we have a ton of those in our deep freezer. So I wasn't planning to spend a whole lot on groceries. We normally spend about $300. So I budgeted $150. We actually spent $217.97, and this has just been getting like snacks that we'd want, and also things for like breakfast and other staples like milk and fruit and those sort of perishable items. Next we have is eating out. We budgeted $100 for eating out, and we spent $5.45. And I think that was just because I had like an Uber Eats gift card, and this was the remainder that I had to pay. So $5.45. We obviously are not going out to eat right now, but just getting takeout or delivery. Next we have is gas. So we budgeted $75 for gas, and we only spent $39.50 because we only had to fill up one car because, again, we're not driving anywhere. Next we have is our Roth IRA. So we put $400 to our Roth IRAs this month, and we're actually now fully maxed out on our Roth IRAs for the year, for one for my husband Jacob and one for myself. So it feels really good to have that all done, and just like really exciting that we've maxed out our Roth IRAs. Next we have is our college line item. So we are planning to save for our son's college education. We want to save about $200 each month, and I thought that I'd be able to get the account opened and contribute to it in the month of June. I was able to get the account open, but like with the timing of it all, I just won't be able to fund it until July. So this line item I just left blank, and starting in July, we'll be putting $200 a month to my son Peter's college. Next we have is miscellaneous, and we always budget for miscellaneous because there's always something random that comes up during the month that you don't know what to do with, so we have that for miscellaneous. So we budgeted $100, and we actually spent $103.12, so we were just $3 over on miscellaneous, which was a huge win. So the grand total of all of our regular expenses that we spent on this month was $6,127.36. So now to show you our savings line items, because this is my favorite part of budgeting. These are all of the things that we are working on, all of our big financial goals. So first off, we have our emergency fund. We have a fully funded emergency fund for us right now of about 7 months of necessary expenses, and that is at $25,000. We have our emergency fund sitting in Ally Bank, which earns a little bit of interest in a high yield savings account. Although because the Fed keeps lowering interest rates, the interest rate that we now receive on our savings account is also going down, so we don't earn very much on it at all, but it's a little bit of something. So we earned $16.77 on it this month. So now it sits at $25,057.11. Next we have is Jacob's personal spending. So Jacob gets $100 of personal spending. I also get $100 of personal spending, and I love putting this down in our savings category because we're therefore able to save that money each month if we want, or we can decide to spend it. So this month Jacob actually spent $254, so his ending balance is now $131. I didn't spend anything, so my ending balance is now $628. This is mostly just because of the pandemic, because I used to use my personal fund to like go to Starbucks or go get my nails done if I wanted, or if I saw something cute at Target, or going out to eat like during work hours. So anything that was just like extra that wasn't a necessity that I personally wanted to do. And obviously all of those things just aren't happening right now because of the pandemic. So my money's just saving up, and when this is all said and done, when who knows when that'll be, I'll have lots of money to get myself lots of lattes. Okay, the next line item that we have is extra giving. So we put $50 into our extra giving fund, and we love having this fund because it allows us to be able to give when the opportunity comes up. So we right now have $305.40 in that fund. Next we have is vacation, and it is exciting that we're saving for vacation. Like I said, we love going to Hawaii, and we're really hoping that we can go next year when hopefully like things will be settled down with the pandemic. But we are starting to save for it so that we'll have money ready to go and we can just book a trip. So $400 going into the vacation fund. So that fund is now at $750. Then we have Christmas. We are saving $50 a month for Christmas, and that way when December rolls around, we'll have money set aside, ready to be spent on gifts for Peter and the rest of the family and everything like that, and we won't have our December budget blown out of the water because of Christmas expenses. So we now have $300 sitting in our Christmas fund. Next we have is car maintenance, and we have that at we added $75 to the car maintenance fund. We haven't had to spend anything on it because we haven't had to really drive our cars very much this month. So $301.39 is now the balance. Next we have is our car replacement fund. So this is kind of the next big thing that we're working on saving for. We have a 2006 Honda Pilot and a 2013 Toyota Corolla, and we love the Honda Pilot, but it's also getting a little bit old and may need to be replaced eventually. So we're wanting to save up the money so that we have it set aside if we do need to replace the car. So we now have $4,582.75 in that fund. Like I said, that's kind of like the next big thing that we're working on saving for. Now, we are not the kinds of people who buy brand new cars. We much prefer to buy used cars and save that money. So we plan to save about $10,000 to $12,000 to purchase a new car. The next line item that we have here is our opportunity fund, and this is basically what we plan to do with any extra money that we have after we've reached our car replacement goal. And we're just trying to figure out what we want to do next with our finances, what our next big goal is. So right now for this month, we obviously aren't putting anything to it because we are working on that car replacement. Next we have is house maintenance. We put $350 into our house maintenance fund, and we decided on this $350 amount as 1% annually of the value of our home divided by 12 months. So $350 a month for 12 months would be 1% value of our home. So this month we spent $48.15 on house maintenance, and so we now have $376 in that fund. And we definitely want to keep saving that up so that we have money set aside if we need to make some sort of big house repair in the future. The next line item that we have is household, and we're putting a lot to that this month. We normally put about $100 to our household fund, which covers things like, hand soap, toilet paper, detergent, like things like that. But this month we're putting $17.50, and that is because we are planning to buy a new washer and dryer. So I've actually put in the order, but it's not going to be delivered until July. So we're really excited about that because the washer and dryer that we have right now is so old and jank, and it'll be nice to have like a nice new unit. So that's how you also know that you're an adult, is when you get excited about purchasing a washer and dryer. So we've spent $101.94 this month. So the fund now has $16.48, and that'll all be like wiped out once the purchase for the washer and dryer gets posted in July. Then we have our baby fund. So we are putting $100 a month into a baby fund to cover diapers, toys, clothing, anything that Peter may need, or baby supplies, things like that. And this month we actually spent $207.79. I know that this is obviously more than what we're saving each month, and I just think that that is because this is the first month that we've had a baby. So I gave birth May 21st, and so we just had like a week in May with a newborn, but then June was really when we were like figuring things out, and we also realized that we needed some additional things that we didn't have before he was here. So now I feel like we have those sorts of things under control. It's just going to be like little monthly reoccurring expenses now. So $207.79 is what we spent on some clothing items, more supplies, like we had to get additional drying racks and bottles because of our feeding circumstances. So our baby fund now has $272.79 in it, and we plan to keep putting $100 into it every month. And I'll be interested to see if that will be enough to sustain the monthly expenses that we do need for a baby. So we initially had to do a little bit of formula feeding because our son was jaundiced and my milk hadn't come in yet and he was needing to gain weight, and so we had to use some formula, so we did buy some in the beginning, but we've now been able to transition to be breastfeeding, which is great. So we now don't use formula at all, and I just breastfeed and then also pump, and we bottle feed breast milk if needed. So I know that formula can be a large expense if you are exclusively formula feeding for your baby, and so that is not the case for us, just to give like a background. But we did have to buy some diapers this month, so we're starting that. So we were able to save $7,557.75 this month, and as you can see here, we have a total of $13,685.11 that got allocated in our budget, which is the same exact amount of our income, which means that we have a zero-based budget and every dollar has a name and has a place in our budget. So that is how June ended, but I also want to show you our net worth update, because I think that now that we are debt-free and we're working on other goals, it's really fun to be able to track our net worth. So the first line item that we have in our net worth is retirement. So we ended the month with now $57,545 saved for retirement, and we experienced a gain in that, an increase of over $2,000, and a gain from the market based on like what we put into it and then how much more the market went up, of a little more than $1,000, which is great. Next we have is our house. So our house went up in value by $3,000-ish according to Zillow, which I know isn't the best like estimator of what your house is worth, but it gives me some sort of value each month. So $443,000 is about what our house is worth. Next we have is our emergency fund, which is right around $25,000. Then we have extra cash. This is all the money that we have saved in our sinking funds right now that's waiting to be spent later on. So that's $9,297. Then we have Peter's 529 college savings plan, which we just have a line item for right now, and it currently has nothing in it. Then we have Robinhood. So I use Robinhood, which is an investing app, and there I have a few shares of individual stocks. And if you want to get started with Robinhood, you can actually get a free stock with my referral link. So I will leave that down below so you can check it out, get a free stock with Robinhood. Next we have is our HSA, or our health savings account, and this is money that we have set aside for health related expenses, and this is a tax advantaged account, meaning that it comes out of my husband's paycheck before taxes and then we get to use it without paying taxes on it. It's a great benefit, and his employer also matches a portion. So this is what we are using to cover labor and delivery expenses. We've only had one hospital bill so far, and it was for my anesthesia for my epidural, and that was a little over $500. So that's the only bill that I've paid so far, and I do still have to pay my main hospital bill, which I'm waiting to still receive. And I'll definitely keep you guys posted on how much it really does cost to have a baby and what our hospital bill looks like. So we now have $6,506.83 in this fund, and this will more than cover the expenses that we have for labor and delivery costs. Next we have is our cars. So like I said, a 2006 Honda Pilot and a 2013 Toyota Corolla. So that is $13,201 of value between the two of them. Then we have my ring. I just have my wedding ring listed on here also as an asset. So the total assets that we have is $561,664. So these are all the things that we own. Now the thing that we owe on, which is our house, this is our only debt, is our mortgage. So our mortgage balance is now $401,397. It was able to decrease by $653, so that's how much went to our principal. So we now have an overall net worth of $160,266. So that is our June 2020 budget and net worth update. Thanks for hanging out, and also don't forget, if you want to get this budget template, you can check it out on my shop. I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye.